So again, like start with her head and just get a basic general idea of the action that's going on. Like the neck, she's not going, it's not out that far. I don't want the yeah. I mean, this thing is not cooperating with me today. I think I need to clear up some things on my hard drive. For sure. So we have a new layer. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the body in there. It's coming down. So, you know, just want to get some general shapes. Try to get the body going in the direction that's going on in the pose there. So it has some good action. You can see it. So her body is at that going in that contrapposto that I spoke about a couple of live streams ago. A lot of good torque going on there. And, just make a new layer for the leg. The reason why I like to have these different layers for the different limbs is because, you know, sometimes I like to move them around. You know, it helps you if you're trying to get a particular pose. You can really that's one of the benefits of drawing digitally. You can move around things very efficiently. So it's probably going to be something like that. Oops. So when I started about 5 minutes ago, so I'm gonna try to give this a good hour. I may cut it short because it's not operating correctly and it's kind of annoying. So it may be something I'll just do off camera. And then once I get all the bugs out of the system, of course, I'll come back with some more lives. Because there's really no point of live streaming if your programs aren't working like you could or like they should, because you can't show the watchers, the viewing audience, how to do things and in a suitable way. So it's kind of defeats the purpose. But technical difficulties are to be expected, but it's just annoying, of course. Yeah. So that's her left leg there. Actually, let me go ahead and label these. Left leg. Oops. And let's do another one. Shift Control N. New layer. Let's make this one right leg. And see here, right? She got the nice thighs. Right about there. And man. So yeah, so another reason why I didn't I decided not to live stream yesterday was because I got fortunate enough. I was totally not expecting it, but the site where I watch my cartoons and anime, I'm a member. I subscribed and pay a monthly membership fee. But they uploaded the new Mario movie. I was going to go to the theater to see that, but I didn't pass up the opportunity. It was there yesterday, so I said I'm definitely going to watch this tonight, Friday night. So yeah, and I was completely impressed with that movie. I was quite pleased with it. They, I haven't seen. I don't think I've seen any of the Sonic movies, but I would imagine that this, as far as staying true to the video game essence and what the fans would demand, I'm pretty sure that all the Mario fans would agree that this movie stayed true to Mario in every way, to the nth power, and it just brought everything that you love about Mario to the big screen. So it was awesome. Thought the story was good. I liked the way they portrayed the characters. Yeah, it's great all the way around. So kudos to them for delivering an exceptional movie. So if you haven't seen it yet, it gets my thumbs up, and you should definitely go see it. You will not be disappointed. And I don't know what it is with this recording today. It keeps going in and out. I don't know if it's my connection. I don't know if it's the software. I think it's the connection, because the software keeps running when it's unconnected. So I mean, I would lead me to believe that it's probably the connection. So hopefully it'll still make out to be a good video that I can post online on my channel. Let me label this one as torso and the head. And I do like to put it in order too. Helps everything keep everything nice and organized. So we got the head, torso, left leg, right leg. There, I'm gonna make a group. So highlight whatever layers you want to be a group. Shift, Control G, and you have a group. So I'm just gonna label this Gwen. And I like to color coordinate mine, or just have my groups colored. I'm gonna make it violet. They really ought to have more colors for these layers. Maybe they do in the later versions of Photoshop, but my version only has the standard colors. So let me move this up. I'm gonna have to shrink it because I have to get her hand in there. just a little bit, just a taste. It's not bad because I'm looking at it overall now. I'm trying to, you know, that's the thing I try to gauge is how efficiently I can draw these things nowadays, is without having to go back and do too much heavy lifting per se with changing things. But this is a good, well, seemingly it's a good starting point. So let's go ahead and let's get the left arm in there. Left to arm. So I think that's useful for me. You know, I just try to look at these angles here. So if you look at her arm, it's coming at that. I'm trying to draw on top of the layer here. So if you look at her arm, it's coming at this angle. So I just try to be as accurate as possible if I'm drawing a pose, you know, looking at something. So I could change the pose if it hits me, but I did really like this pose. It caught my eye in the first place, but I probably won't have it exactly 100% like this. As long as it captures the essence of the pose, I'd be happy with that. And of course, I drew on a wrong layer. Let me lasso this. So the lasso tool, you just press L. I put on the wrong layer, so I just want to put it back on the left arm layer. Control V to paste it in the same place. And then, you know, also, I like to break it up, the arm. So label this layer. I do the forearm. One for JJ. Trying to see. It's not expected. So I haven't, quote unquote, drawn yet or done any warm ups, so I'm extremely sketchy with my lines, you know. But you know, I'm not trying to draw in any particular style. Just kind of just having some fun. Just a little freestyle action. Freestyle action on the mic. 1 2 1 2. This is what I do. Buckle my shoe. All right. So let me see. And then, you know, I'm gonna draw another layer for the hand. See, that's the thing too, you know, because I'm looking at it now. Looking at the original drawing, you can look at the distance here. That little triangle that is in her bicep and her forearm meet. That triangle there. So you can eyeball that and you can see that distance. And if you just try to match that as best as possible, then I can, you know, expedite the drawing process. So you won't have to be fumbling around and wondering how accurate it is. And you know, depending how precise you want to be. But that's what I'm looking at. So you can see here on mine that triangular shape there is a lot longer. So I'm gonna bring the forearm back towards our body a little bit more. So I'm Control T, and you can bring this little circular pivot point there, and I'm gonna rotate it, at our bone there, as our bone would be, and just bring it up a little taste, and that looks better. So I'm gonna leave it like that, and go back to the hand, and just go ahead and put that in there right quick. So something like that. It's gonna be your fingers at the top. So it's just gonna be like that. And let me erase a little bit of the excess of the forearm. And yeah. I'm thinking that I might leave this a little bit sketchy and just, I'm not, like I said before, I'm just doing it just random drawing, want to come on live and just draw the superhero for no particular reason, just to, just because. So, be a little experiment. I like to do different things and just draw something random. And that always be something extravagant. I'm gonna let it come into its own. But as you can see here, that didn't take too long to rough out the body frame here. So that captures the essence of her swinging and getting that selfie in there. And so the last thing before I go back in and do any fine tuning with the body, I'm gonna go ahead and do that other hand. And new layer again. And we're gonna label this right. Well, that's okay. Right hand. So let's see, it's gonna be something like that. And something else that I saw that I was very pleased with too, I thought it was brilliantly done, was the Warner Brothers animated the Catwoman Hunted. I think I saw it advertised months ago, but I didn't really keep it in mind, and it just popped up again on that same website that I saw Mario, and I watched that the other day, and I was thoroughly impressed. So I was because I had recently watched another Batman animation, and I wasn't too impressed with it. So I was kind of like, oh no, what do they got now? But man, that was good. The story was good, and what really sold me on it was the dialogue and the banter between Catwoman and Batwoman. Yeah, they did an exceptional job with that. It's quite funny, the banter they had between each other in that whole movie. So man, if you haven't seen that, you definitely will be in for a treat. And first I was hesitant when I first started it, because I was thinking that it was like this anime something like overly like it was when I originally started it. I thought it was done by a Japanese animation company. It seemed to have that vibe, you know, with the animation style. I was like, oh, what have they done? I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I mean, it'd be beautiful if it was done by a proper Japanese studio, but I thought it was just like that really over the top, super cute, like the style that would not match a Batman movie, a Batman related movie. But it the style was cool. I mean, I guess once I saw what it was and I saw how the other characters were, and then I analyzed the entirety of the characters, and yeah, I liked it. I mean, I think it's still withheld the standard or what you expect from Warner Brothers animated movies, Batman movies, and what I really also liked, I like the way they did the cheetah character. She is like I don't want to spoil it for you, but well, it's not really a spoiler, but she's the main villain in this movie, and there are a couple scenes in there where they really drew her, and they really made her look like quite monstrous, and they really made her they captured that feline, wild, animalistic look of her really well, and yeah, so great movie through and through. The fight scenes were good. Dialogue was good. There's a little bit of sexual tension in there between some of the characters. That was awesome, and yeah, man, you definitely ought to see that. I mean, so I was quite happy to be fortunate enough to be, I don't say blessed, but just happy to see these two movies that I was totally not expecting at all. And I want to say there was one more that I saw too recently, but I can't remember at the moment. Maybe it'll come to me. So let me save this. Sure, saving. Good thing the program seemed to calm down now, so it's not giving me all that crud. No, could you please erase some of this? All right, so erase some of that there. Then I can erase this line here. I'm gonna have to get the neck better. So let's do that. Let's make a new layer for the neck. Okay. I'm gonna have to bring. Let me see. Trying to get the neckline the right position how I want it. I think, yes, that's why it looks a little off, because I have to tilt her head back towards the right just a little bit more. So let me do that right quick. Then, oops. Let's see. Let me go back. All right, that's fine. I'm gonna put that for now. And let's get her head. And then let's Control T, get the pivot point, put it at the axis where you want it to turn. So right about there. And I'm gonna bring it a little up towards the right more. And let me move it over a little bit more. Just put it. So I'm looking now at her jaw. Her jaw is right about there, above her shoulder. Then you see that looks good, but I might want to do it a little bit more. Let's see. I kind of like her look. She's looking back more. It looks fun. I think I'm gonna leave it like that. Let's. And I'm gonna erase this part here. I don't need that. Then we can adjust the neck properly. Put it right there. That looks better. Then we can. We're gonna. So we can see what this hand is doing. Then I'm gonna make another group for the hand. It's not giving me all that flack. So I mean, now let's see. I gotta erase a little bit of these lines in the hand. Let me see which one is it. See, this is why it's useful to label these layers so you won't be constantly clicking to find out which layer you want. But the good thing about it, these later versions of Photoshop is you can now click on the lines and it'll take you to that individual layer. It used to not be like that, so that's very useful. Let me see, I have to. Trying to get the better angle on these knuckles here. Let's see, I'm gonna erase on this layer. And I think another reason that prompted me to go ahead and do this live stream today was because this is a 3-day weekend here in Korea, so finally I can have a break. much overdue. So for those that know already, you know, I've been in Korea for a while now. It's almost been a year since I've been here already. That time went by rather quickly. So, you know, time flies when you're having fun. And I have been having fun. This is like my second home. I've been here so long. Been studying Korean. The company I work for offers Korean classes for free. Been doing those, but so that's good. I mean, I'm nowhere near fluent, but I mean, it does help out in my personal life when I'm out and about, you know, to speak Korean, and you know, I'm at the grocery store or wherever I happen to be. You know, it's just useful because, you know, a lot of foreigners come here and they only rely on English, and that will limit you. You know, especially if you're in Seoul. I mean, that's international city, so I mean, the likelihood of running into you know, someone who doesn't speak English is slim to none. But here in Jeju, I mean, here in Jeju, a lot of people, you know, speak English, but that's multiplied, you know, 10 times over in Seoul. So, you know, so I'm just now I'm just erasing some of these excess lines here I think that I won't need. And that looks better. Let me just curious to see what this is looking like on the streaming on my YouTube channel. Let me see. Let me go to my history. Okay, it still has me live on there. That's good. Let me click on there and see what happens. All right. So just making sure everything's kosher. And yeah, we're good. Let me go over to my page. Just want to take a look and see what it's looking like on my, excuse me, on my Facebook page. Okay, looks good. So that's fine. All right, so let's get back to it. So we got the main outline here. Maybe I'm just looking at some of these lines here that I want to get rid of. So we can move it as one. So Control G, Control T, then it's about right there. So that's fine. Put it like it, because then you have to think about what her, the anatomy of her body. What is it doing when this arm is back behind her like that? Because you can't see it in the drawing, so you have to visualize it in your mind. So you can draw it realistically, because otherwise it's going to look flicked. If it's up too high, unless you have this, it won't look accurate. So let me see. This angle, if she's going back, this arm's like this, it's up. So let me see, just to give an idea, just for myself, because of the shoulder, she's all the way back like this. So her body's kind of twisting back in that circular motion. So then that's her shoulder there. So you got to think the clavicle is gonna come about maybe right here, where it meets her arm bone. That's the end of the clavicle. It connects, and she's going back. So then her elbow is going to end about right there. And then it's foreshortened. So then her bicep will be on top of that. Something like that. So then let me erase some of this here. I erased a little more than I wanted to. I'm not going to keep it on there anyway, but like I said, I just want to make sure everything looks proportionally and anatomically correct. So as long as it's in proper alignment, I'm not worried about what it's going to look like behind there. I'm not going to draw any details, because her hood is going to be covering up her forearm, but I just want to make sure her arm is in a proper place. So that looks about right. So I think that looks good. So I just want to double check. Let me see. Because actually, looks like it could be a little bit higher. So let's see something. Yeah, that looks better. So there. And yeah, because you can see there in the picture, you can see her shoulder just right underneath her hood there. So it's popping out just a little bit. So that's what this is here. So I think it looks good, right? No, it moved it where I didn't want it to. Get it back where it was. Looks. Let me see. So we gotta make sure her shoulders are matching that angle. So I think that looks good with that. I'm gonna have to just adjust the torso here just a little bit. Let me see. Okay, leave it like that. Then we're gonna let's label this back arm. We're gonna put that all the way at the bottom since that's completely behind the character. Then we're gonna move everything up just a bit. So let's see. And where's this hand? Let's put this in that group. Okay, so we can move all this up a little bit. Like that. Then the last thing we're gonna do, I think we're gonna just gonna move this. Just gonna move this line over her leg back. Like that. Then you see the left leg is doing a left leg. That looks right. Looks about where it ought to be. Ought to be. I sound like an Aussie. Is that right? Is that the proper accent? Where it ought to be. Where it ought to be. That looks like where it ought to be. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it like that. There's a few of these lines I want to get rid of. Come on. I'm on the wrong layer. So I do like these models like this that make these models here, but they're quite cool. They have quite a number of them. They have like, of course, Spider Gwen, and they have some other female characters and just male characters too. I've seen one, a Jean Grey, that was really cool, and they also have these these Transformer characters, but they're all female and they're humans, but they take on the persona of different Autobots. So they have like one of Optimus Prime, you know, and Bumblebee. And who else do they have? Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and I think they have they have Megatron, of course, of Starscream, I think. So for sure, one of these days I'm gonna get the Bumblebee, because that one looked really cool. All of them look cool actually, but I like the way they did her clothes on that particular model with the Bumblebee. Let me erase a little bit of this back. I'm gonna create my own Spider-Man character, Spider-Girl character. I'm gonna call her Mele. You know, so I could always have that running gag for me and for Spider-Man. So instead of saying one for JJ, I can say one for Mele. You know, for those that don't know, that's what Spider-Man says on the fighting game. Well, many of the renditions of that character, but from Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Marvel vs. Street Fighter. You know, that's one of his taunts. He says one for JJ. Speaking of James Jameson, is it Jama Jameson or James Jameson, the owner of the magazine, of the newspaper, Mr. Jameson? So that's where I got that from. So I think here all the body's more or less where I want it to be now. So now, you know, it's the fun part. So you can, well, you know, the fun part where you can go in there and put in all the details and, you know, really bring the character to life. So, I mean, you know, actually, I can end the video here. I mean, this is, you know, if you just wanted to see about drawing a pose, and, you know, this is one way that you can get a pose how you would like it to be, just looking at another picture. And of course, you know, it's the same principle if you're making your own poses too. So you just want to just you know, block the character out and you know, get all the body parts in the proper alignment, the correct proportions, and you know, think about camera angle, and you know, then you can once you figure all that out, iron it out, you know, get it on the paper or on the digital paper how you want it. Then you can get to adding all the details, all the beautiful line muscles in there. Some of these, like I said, some of these sketchy lines I like. It won't be this much at all when I'm finished. I think I may leave this like for a background, so it can like, that may be a little cool little effect. So let me see what else. I want to go ahead and just chop off some of these lines on the leg. Like, oops, this one's sticking out over here. Don't need that. Well, if I can get on my right layer. This line here, we don't need that over here, so we can get rid of that. What else? Cut out some of this. Let's try that again. One more time. All right. What else? Let's see. Anything else I want to chop off right now? Let me get a little bit of this right leg, a little bit. So I got this thigh here. I'm gonna have to adjust that, but for sure I won't need this part. All right, so I'm gonna let me see, back on. Let me just let me duplicate this layer, because like I said, I want to be a cool background effect, so I'm gonna leave this layer as it is. duplicate it, Control J. Oops. So the copy, not gonna need that. Then I want to get rid of all these excess lines that are there. Head. So visually, it's going to be too conflicting. I'm trying to draw the face, and those other lines in the back. Okay, and then let's see. Okay, I got a little bit more. Get that off. Then this. Get this part out. Then take this part out. Then erase a little bit of that head there. Let me see what that looks like. I kind of like these angles here, so yeah, I'm gonna leave this like that. Alright, so I'm gonna erase right there. Well, and like I said, it depends on how what's stylistically what you're going for. Because if I'm trying to draw exactly like the picture, her head is more it's anatomically correct as far as the oval, the ovalness of her face. But I mean, like I said, I like to do these different shapes sometimes. So I mean, it would be cool to leave it like that. But and also depending, how her head is turned. If I want to turn her head a different way, because I kind of like the way she's looking back. So the way mine is right now, to me, it's looking like that's more at the back of her head, like she's turning. Her head is turned more towards the more towards how can I describe that? Well, as you can see, like let me just draw it. So it's looking to me like this is more like this, or she's looking more of that way, because this is like the back of the head poking out like that. But this picture here, she's looking more to the left. Oops, she's looking more to the left. That's why her eye is over like this way. But mine is looking like more like this way. Maybe. But that's the fun part. So you can, do it how you want to. How you want to, visually display her. It looks like it could be like some bangs or something. So, it could be you could draw her, with her hair out. She's in a rush, and she didn't get to completely put her mask on, so she's gonna be saying with her phone. This is how Spider Gwen looks when she's not prepared for battle. So she took a selfie before she swings over to fight Dr. Octavius. So, but I guess I'm gonna leave it like that for now and just go ahead and end this live stream. I don't want to make it super long, so at least something that people can watch it and not, not be overwhelmed by the length of it. So I think I started at 5:55. If not, I know if it is over an hour, it's something like by 5 minutes. So I'm gonna finish the rest of it offline. And hopefully I'll be finished. It'll be something I could finish in a day or finish tonight. Because like I said, I'm just for fun. I don't want to spend any length of time on it, any extended length of time on it. So like Miss Spider Gwen swinging into action, and I'm gonna leave it there. So you can see now this is the next step I would do. I would go ahead and just get out the details in her costume, and as far as getting her hood flowing. So like I said, this is the fun part. You can get the hood going there, and then of course, get the eyes going. Because there's just one particular stylist. I don't know who the artist is that draws Spider-Man. I like the way he always does the eyes. I'm gonna have to find out exactly who that is, but that's the fun part. Then I'm gonna have to cut off some of this jaw. Yeah, so you can already see the difference there, right? So there it is. So that's Spider Gwen, and leave it at. I'm gonna leave it like that, and for those that watch in the future, thanks for joining. And if you have any special requests, or if you want to actually see the process of me going through and fine-tuning this to the final product, then let me know. Drop some comments, and some other things. What I have going on, I have my music going on my page, uploading some instrumentals these days. Of course, my book Dragon Force is on sale now, so please stop by and pick that up if you're so inclined. It's a great book, a lot of hard work put into that. My website, you have access to everything there. You can of course get my book there as well, and then you can look at some other drawings, my portrait drawings, and I have my cell phone designs there too. So right now, most recently, I have Clutch the Bear in 3 different colors for the Houston Rockets fans out there, and I have the GOAT, Michael Jordan. And so just be on the lookout for any new cell phone designs. And if you have any designs you'd like to see from me, please let me know. And y'all have a great weekend, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.